So today we would be start the polynomial representation of the vectors for the cyclic code. So if you have to be see for the polynomial representation of the vectors, for every vector v, we have considered the vector v in the last lecture, that is having the element v0, v1, v2, v3 up to vn minus 1. It is an n bit vector. We know that we are discussing n comma k cyclic code. So for every vector v, there is a polynomial which could be written as, one thing more I want to mention that please keep your notebook and pen ready with you, because you have to be noted down, all are mathematical. So there is a polynomial vx, that is v0 plus v1x plus v2x square up to vn minus 1 xn minus 1. So whatever these vectors are there from v0, v1 up to vn minus 1, you can represent these vectors in terms of this polynomial vx. Now, so these vectors would be, elements of the vector would be acting as the coefficient of this variable x. So in the similar fashion, as we know that cyclic code follows the two properties, cyclic property and the linearity property. So according to the cyclic property, any shift of the bits would be result in the other code one. So similarly here we have to be consider v to the power I be the vector resulting from I number of cyclic shift on the vector b. So we would be get the equation, that is a modified version of vx, vix vn minus 1 plus vn minus 1 plus 1 x up to vn minus 1 x to the power I minus 1, and it would be goes finally up to vn minus 1 n minus I minus 1 x to the power n minus 1. If this vix would be obtained after I number of cyclic shift on the vector vx, and the idea would be more clear with this example, how the cyclic shift occurs and what would be the impact of the cyclic shift on the polynomial equation. So take the first vector, v is equal to 1 0 0 1 1 0 1. It is 7-bit code word. So the polynomial representation is that here you can take start from the v0 and end with the vn minus 1. So here n is your 7. So you would be start from v0, v1, v2, v3, v4, v5 and end at the v6. So that's why when you have to be represent in terms of polynomial, so like this, v0 is your 1, so 1 plus v1 is your 0 into x, so it would be 0 plus v2 is again 0 x square, it is again 0 plus v3 is 1, so 1 into x cube, v4 is 1, so 1 into x4, v5 is 0 0 into x to the power 5, and v6 is again 1, so 1 into x to the power 6. The resultant polynomial equation is 1 plus x cube plus x to the power 4 plus x to the power 6. But if you have to be perform 1 bit cyclic shift here, then what happens? The result is v to the power 1 bit shift is there. What we have done here the LSB1 has been be cyclic shift and it would be now come to the MSB, and MSB would be shift by 1 place right hand side. This is the cyclic shift we have performed of 1 bit data. So for this first cyclic shift, the polynomial equation would be changed. It is very simple to do the cyclic shift with the vector, but if you have to see the result or impact of this shift on the polynomial equation is little bit different from this vector. So now you can see v1x is 1 plus x plus x to the power 4 plus x to the power 5. So like in the vectors, you are doing the one bit shift. It is not similarly we have to be just decrease the power by 1 only. It would be, if you would be do like that, your answer would be wrong. So depending upon the position of the 1 and zeros inside the vector, you have to be write the corresponding polynomial equation. Similarly, for the 2-bit shift of vector v, here v2, so you can see here now this 0 that is in the LSB, it would be come to the MSB, and this would be shift by 1 position. Okay, so here v2x is equal to x plus x square plus x to power 5 plus x to power 6. So it is very simple now how to represent the vectors in terms of polynomial representation. Okay, so on the basis of this basic knowledge, we would be now write the polynomial generalized equation after performing the cyclic shift. So see in the next point, consider here, consider you have to be vx and v to the power 1 x, means you are performing correlating the vector polynomial with 1 bit cyclic shift. So vx could be written as v naught plus v plus v1 x plus v2 x square plus up to vn minus 1 x to the power n minus 1. Now when you have to perform the 1 bit cyclic shift, then what happens? See, this coefficient of the LSP would be come to the MSB side here. So vn minus 1, and this would be shifted by 1 position. So v naught x, v1 x square, v2 x to the power 3 up to vn minus 2 x to the power n minus 1. This is the effect of 1 bit cyclic shift. Now we simplify this equation and try to correlate this v1x with the vx. So you can write further vn minus 1 plus take x as a common, so it would become inside the bracket v naught plus v1x plus v2x square up to vn minus 2 x to the power n minus 2, because we have taken x as a common. Okay, now after doing this, we have to be add, everyone write on your notebook, add v n minus 1 s to the power n. Okay, so the question could be arise in your mind that why we have to be add this. So we, for simplification of this equation, and it would be add not only 1 times, it would be add 2 times. So we have to be add before this plus sign vn minus 1 x to power 1, and after this plus sign again vn minus 1 s to the power n. So 2 times when you would be add, if you would be add 2 times this variable, so the result is according to modulo 2 addition, what? It is 0. Okay, so we have just do this operation for simplifying the above equation. So when you would be add this, so here you would be got Vn minus 1 is common, 1 plus s to the power n. Similarly here you would be get additional term Vn minus 1 s to the power n minus 1 because we have taken x as a common. So what is the benefit of this operation? So benefit of this operation, you can see that we can simplify the above equation as v1x is equal to Vn minus 1 into 1 plus s to the power n plus x, and this whole term is nothing but your Vx. So in this way you can write this equation. Now if you have to be see this equation, you would be find that the first, the LHS is, you can consider as a remainder. LHS is nothing but a remainder, and the after equal to sign, the first term, if you have to be see Vn minus 1, it is what? It is a quotient. It is a quotient, and this is your divisor, and x into Vx, it is considered as a dividend. If you remember general division process, so you would be understand what I want to say. So here dividend is there, here divisor is there, here quotient is there, okay, and whatever the term is remaining, you can say that is a remainder. If it is not 0, so that is a remainder is remains after the division. So this is the relation we have to be established with this equation. So in general, Vx and V, suppose instead of first cyclic shift, we have done the ith number of cyclic shift are related as, we have just rearranged this, okay. X Vx is now written here, x ith term of Vx, that is nothing but a dividend. It is your dividend. I am again writing dividend, okay. Then your V to the power ix, where is this is V to the power ix, because we have done the ith cyclic shift, so it would be what? It would be your remainder, then this is your divisor. So divisor is always multiply with the quotient, so you can say Vn minus 1 is here, it is a quotient, and that is written as a Qx, okay. Now note it down up to this point. When you have to become up to this level, you can define the quotient as Qx Vn minus 1 plus Vn minus 1 plus 1 x up to Vn minus 1 x I minus 1. So this is a simple division process. You can correlate this polynomial equation with this division process, okay. And here the most important term is the v to the power I x, that is a remainder. So this dividend is divided by the divisor x to the power n minus n plus 1, and you would be get a quotient as a qx and remainder as a v to the power ix. Now I hope all of you have noted down these all terms. On the basis of this discussion, now we have to be understand systematic encoding of the cyclic codes. So first of all, we have to be define some process how to write a cyclic codes. So generally, what we do to encode the k bit message. For example, you have taken a u as a variable as a message, e0, u1 up to uk minus 1 is a k bit message. Construct the message polynomial ux u0 plus u1x up to uk minus 1 x to the power k minus 1. Given a generator polynomial gx of n comma k cyclic codes, the corresponding code word is what? Ux into gx. That is vx is equal to ux into gx. But this is not a systematic code. So what is the procedure for performing the systematic encoding? We have to see this procedure now. A systematic encoding of a message can be obtained as follows. First of all, everyone noted down this process for writing the procedure of the systematic encoding. First of all, you have to write ux for a given message bit. For a given k bit message, you have to write a ux. Okay. Then you have to find x to the power n minus k ux. Then you have to next step is divide x to the power n minus k ux by generator polynomial gx to obtain the remainder px. So in this way, finally you would got x to the power n minus k into ux is equal to quotient into generator qx into gx plus remainder px. Okay, so this is the generalized division, and by using the successive division method, you can obtain a systematic cyclic code. So here you can see this is the quotient, and quotient is always multiply with the divisor, and there is a plus remainder, you would get a dividend. Okay.